We are
Yes,
excited
yes.
to be here once again. We are talking about Think and Grow Rich. What an amazing book, Tanya. This has been a really good series that we've been on. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I do. I think it's
Yeah.
wonderful. Things that we had to learn ourselves, so it's always good to share,
Yeah.
and just kind of think. Sometimes, there are times I hear people saying, you know what, I didn't see it that way, but
Yeah.
now I get it, I understand. So, hey, it might bring you to pull your book out if you don't already have it out. So,
Yeah, if
yeah,
you
it's
got
been
this
good.
book, make sure you pull it out. So look, we're going to hop
Pull
right
it out,
in.
pull it out.
Right. So what we're going to talk about now is the process. We're going to share a few stories, a few of these stories, but the process that people have to go through, men and women have to go through in order to get to that side of saying, wow, this is what I had to go through in order for my imagination to kick in and to tap into that intelligence that God gives us. Listen to this.
Wow, in order for my imagination to kick in. That's a pause right there.
It is.
So what we're
Yeah.
about to hear, the things we go through is what I heard you say, right? In
Yes.
order for
Right.
my imagination to kick in. I like that. Okay, so let's
All right.
listen.
So
Let's
check this
listen.
out. Men and women are sometimes forced to undergo all sorts of punishment before discovering their own brains and their own capacity to create useful ideas through imagination. All right, here are just a few of the stories. Edison, the world's greatest inventor and scientist, was a tramp telegraph operator. He failed innumerable times before he was driven, finally, to the discovery of the genius which slept within his brain. All right. Uh, Helen Keller became a deaf, dumb, and blind shortly after birth. Despite her greatest misfortune, she was written her name indelibly in the pages of the history of the great. Her entire life has served as evidence that no one is ever defeated until defeat has been accepted as a reality. Robert Burns was an illiterate country lad. He was cursed by poverty and grew up to be a drunkard in the bargain. The
Wow.
world was made better for his having lived because he clothed beautiful thoughts in poetry and thereby plucked a thorn and planted a rose in its place. All right, two last quick ones. Booker T. Washington was born into slavery, handicapped by race and color. Because he was tolerant, he had an open mind at all times on all subjects,
Ooh, that's
and
good.
was a dreamer.
Yeah.
He left his impress for good on an entire race. Beethoven was deaf. Milton was blind, but their names will last as long as time endures because they dreamed and translated those dreams into organized thought. That's amazing, right?
It
And
is.
you know what? As a matter of fact, Tanya and I, if we were to think, we could sit here and tell you all of the stuff that we have been through to get to the point that we've gotten to in life, and we're not done yet. There's still processing that we have to go through, and that we're still going through. And many of the people that we know have been processed. So it's literally what this is saying is, I think it's a Les Brown quote. Les said, "When life hands, well, one quote, when life hands you lemons, you make lemonade." That's one. But the other one is, when life throws you, when you're thrown into the pool of life, either you're going to swallow it or you're going to learn how to swim. So these people learned how to swim. They went through the process, right? They didn't stay on the sidelines at a game. They weren't in the stands. They got in the game, and they continued that process of learning and growing. That's pretty cool, right?
It is cool.
Yeah.
As I listen, processing, my thing is, for much of this, it's what they were born into, or immediately even after.
After
You're talking
after
about
birth, yeah.
blind, deaf, mute, blind, or another deafness. I think I heard
When you got Edison, who failed many times.
the failure. Born into slavery. Okay, I mean, these are just things that you just have no control over. And for me, Dexter, and as I listen, I'm like, wait a minute, even before I say that, but for all of those situations, it says it was already there in their brain. So this is talking about our makeup, being created in the image of God, him knowing you even before placing you in the womb of your mother. So there are things that's instilled in each and every one of us that was present. It was instilled. It was in them.
Right.
That's powerful. So now, regardless of what I'm born into, even regardless of the things that I may dealing with or what happens, what's inside of me still stands. And if I allow what I'm going through, if I allow the things that I have to endure to get in the way of what's present, what's within me, that's where we stumble. That's where we don't move. That's where we, find excuses, that's where that happens. But ultimately, it is there. So what do? We can't stop. We can't give up. You have to press.
Got to keep going. Man, we got to keep going.
I mean, that is so amazing to really know and think about. I mean, and okay, let's say this again. Y'all, we're talking about Think and Grow Rich. All right. Sometimes people don't want to talk about that, right? If you're anything like me and the way I was, I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't want to seem like, that's all I care about, this, that, and the other. But the fact of the matter is, it's prosperity in which God will have us to do and to abound in. And those who really should have it, it should be those with a humble heart. And that is for us. But to hear these stories in this book, why was this book done? This book was done because Napoleon Hill was charged with find out what these people have done to hit the ranks and levels that they have in this earth financially. So all they've done is what, Dex? They follow the principles of God.
That's it.
They followed the principles. And so here we are now looking at how it was like, okay, it's already in me. There's imagination there, regardless of what I'm dealing with, regardless of what I was born with, regardless of it all. I know who I am, so I'm going to press. And I'm going to go through the process.
That's good.
I love it.
Yeah, so only after.
I love it.
It's similar to the...
I love it.
In one of the other series that we shared, it's similar to the 3 feet from gold. Because see, that process of getting there and then stopping. Yeah, the gold is on the other side of that wall. So we got to keep pressing because the gold is within us. We got to get to that goal. Like Miles Monroe said, we look outside and see a tree. But God gives man the idea to pull that table, it's a table, out of that tree, or a chair out of the tree. That's our responsibility. And it's not going to be easy.
Out of the tree.
Right. It's not going to be easy, but guys, we got to be processed. So the message that we're sharing with you out of Think and Grow Rich is simply this: keep going.
It's there.
Going. It's already inside of you.
There.
We just got to flesh it out. You got to pull it out. Right?
Yeah. Oh, and really catch that. It's there. But it could be blurred. It could, if you allow it to be blurred by circumstances of life.
That's good.
Those that are there again from the onset, and then those that will show up throughout the process. But regardless, it's still there. And this gets into what you focus on, what you put your attention on. If you put your attention on, hey, I know it's there, guess what? It's going to appear. So just continue in that light, continue in that way. And I'm telling you, your life will change. Your life will continue to follow the direction in which you desire for it to go. And with that even being said, and I'm be quiet, okay? But even with that being said, a lot of times, there are people who have difficulty in understanding the part that you play in your life. Because God has created you to do so. And he says, I'm here. So seek me. Don't forget me. I'm here. But what do you want?
That's good, Tony.
What's your decision? What do you see? He took Abraham up the mountain. He said, Abraham, look around. What you see? How far can you see? So he asked him, I'm going to be here. I'm going to be your God. I need you to trust me. Don't forget me. But what do you see? And as far as he could see is where he could go. So as far as what you can see, as much as you will believe, as much as you will put your faith behind your actions, is what will be produced in your life. So you definitely have a part to play. You have a major part to play in your life. In your life.
It's good.
Handle your business.
You ready? Let's make it happen, man.
Handle
We're
your
excited.
business.
We are excited. All right.
Love it.
It's good?
Yes.
All right, guys. So, look, this is another yet amazing, short but amazing information that we're pulling out of the book, Think and Grow Rich. Make sure that you subscribe to our channel, hit the bell so you're notified when we go live.
Yes.
And we're going to keep sharing this information. We're going to keep digging. And I think this is like episode 8.
I think so.
This is either episode 8 or 7, so make sure you go back on the
good.
page and look at the previous information that we pulled out of this book, and we're going to see you on the next broadcast.
And that'll be tomorrow. So go ahead and know that. And let me tell you what our
We'll do it
intentions
tomorrow.
are.
Yeah.
All right. Our intentions is to go 3 times a week.
Yeah, we're going to set a
Monday,
schedule.
Wednesday, Friday, and about noon is the desire that we want to do Eastern Standard Time. But we will be back tomorrow. Since we're here today and we said Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we'll be back tomorrow.
Yep.
So join us tomorrow, okay?
Hey, invite a friend. Tell them to come on over and hang out with us. All right?
Yes.
Okay, guys.
All right.
We're the upgraders. We may not know you.
But we know what's in you.
See you.